Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is NAZJAA and I make college or lifestyle related content, and today I am back with a college related video, as you can see. So I have a lot of new subscribers, and you guys just recently subscribed to my channel over the past month, probably because of my fashion content, but I'm also a college YouTuber. I go to Stanford University and I just finished my freshman year, so I decided to do a little freshman year recap, expectation versus reality, tell y'all what I was expecting going in and what actually happened, because you know, I can just go ahead and say that nobody expected this year to turn out how it turned out. But today I'm just going to be talking about the specific things that I expected and it didn't turn out that way, and just reflecting on my experience as a first year college student at a PWI, at a top university across the country. Like, there's a bunch of factors that play into my experience, and I'm just gonna like reflect on it. And we're gonna have Chipotle. So let's just get right into the video, because y'all always say my intros are too long. And this was not supposed to be a mukbang at first. It was just supposed to be a sit down video, but I didn't time things right and my food got here earlier than expected. And it's like 1:30 and I haven't eaten yet, so we about to just chill, eat Chipotle, and reflect on my first year. Basically, freshman year just ended on June 10th. As you probably know, it was online. Spring quarter, we had online classes for 10 weeks and they just finished on June 10th, and now the grades are going in, people are graduating, all of that good stuff. This is my Chipotle bowl, by the way. So honestly, it was not what we expected at all. We did not expect for spring quarter to be online. And if you guys don't know, Stanford doesn't do like semesters. We do 3 quarters. So we had fall quarter, winter quarter, and now we're in spring quarter, and it just ended. So now we're on summer break, which I'm very happy about. I'm gonna split the video into 3 different topics. So basically, I'm gonna do academic, social, and then personal, and I'll just reflect and tell you guys like my expectations versus my reality. So first off, academics. Stanford is not what I expected at all in terms of academics. I expected it to be really hard, and it's just not what I expected. So don't get me wrong, it definitely is hard in terms of like managing, being stressed out, turning stuff in on time, like all of that. It's definitely hard. I'm not gonna say it was easy at all, but it's not the difficult that I was expecting. I was expecting the content to be difficult, but it was actually like just managing the workload. But academically, I did better than I expected I would do. So I got all A's my first 2 quarters, and then passed all my classes this quarter because we did satisfactory, no credit. Well, I think I passed all of them, hopefully. I haven't gotten my grades back yet, but I definitely could have got like higher A's. It was harder than high school, of course, but it was just a different kind of hard. You kind of just have to learn to accept what your best work can give you. Like, if you're gonna try hard, you're gonna get that grade that you get. Sometimes it's just a lot. Sometimes it's just stressful and you don't turn in the stuff on time. You don't go to this class one day, and that can like bump your grade down a bit. That was one goal that I set at the beginning of the year, was to get straight A's, and I achieved that goal, so I was really happy about that. In terms of like the classes that I took, I enjoyed almost all of the classes that I took except for the ones this quarter. If y'all haven't seen my video, my fall quarter classes, spring quarter classes, winter quarter classes, go ahead and check those out. This quarter I took CS and math. I took stats. So bad. I enjoyed all of my classes. I'm a psych major, a prospective psych major, so I took a lot of psych classes, a lot of essay classes, like humanities. I took a few like CS, artificial intelligence lectures, some guest lectures, and I had some really cool experiences within that. So I've talked about this in previous videos, but I got to sit in on a lecture from Saul Khan. I got to do a presentation at the Google headquarters, and I just got to work with these super cool companies and stuff through my classes, and really amazing professors, and it just taught me a lot. And like, reflecting on that now, I'm really grateful to be able to have these experiences at this school, and I'm really excited for the future and seeing what other classes I can take, and I can't wait to get back on campus and like experience college life for real, because this online quarter was not it. But you know, we can't really do anything about that. But when we do get back on campus, y'all know, college content on the way. In terms of clubs, my experience with clubs was not that good. I joined a couple clubs in the beginning of the year. I was a part of like Mint magazine, like a fashion magazine on campus. I was a part of Black Print, like Black Business Students, BSU, a bunch of clubs, and I just didn't like my experience in some of those, so I dropped them in like winter quarter. Like, some of the clubs weren't very organized, or they weren't very active, and it was just a lot going on, and like I couldn't handle all of that on top of schoolwork, on top of being a research assistant, on top of all of that stuff. So it was just a lot going on, so I dropped some of those. And that's like one thing to say if you don't feel like, if you're not like happy doing what you want to do, if you like dread going to those meetings, if you just don't want to do it, like nobody's forcing you to do it. The club shouldn't feel like the worst thing ever. You should want to have fun. You should want to be a part of those clubs. You should want to get active. So I ended up dropping the clubs, some of the clubs. I'm still a part of like BSU when I was a research assistant, and then I had my YouTube, my internship, all of that on the side. But clubs, I need to find, in the future, I'm going to find clubs that are like really appealing to me. And then the last thing for academics is a research assistant. So I was a research assistant at Stanford Spark Lab, which is like a behavioral psychology lab. And I was a RA, which means I like ran participants through the little experiment we were doing. I just like interacted with them. And that was a super, super good experience. I'm so, so grateful to have been able to do research. So I've never been like a research assistant. I've never done research, and I was really glad to be able to do that. But it was just ended up being a really good experience, something I can put on my resume to give me more experience for like things that I might do in the future. And you know, having research in your background is a really good thing to have. So I'm really glad I got to do that. I really enjoyed my experience in working with different participants and different experiments and stuff, and then just reflecting on it and collaborating with others. This summer I'm definitely going to learn how to do a little bit more data analysis and just future stuff like that, so I can get better at like running those participants, collecting data and experiments, and doing stuff like that. I can't do a mukbang, like I eat in between. Okay, so overall I'm gonna grade my experience on academics 10 out of 10 with my academic experience at Stanford University. Aside from this last quarter, you can't really do anything about that. Like, that was out of their hands, that was out of our hands. But I definitely had a great experience with classes, classmates, professors, workload, and managing my time. Everything was a 10 out of 10, and I really, really, really just love thinking about being on campus and, you know, going to class, doing my little bike. I'm excited to see the next year. I definitely know how to manage my time better. I know where to work now that works for me. So I'm very excited to be back on campus in the future, but for now we're probably going to be online for one more quarter, and then 2 quarters will be on campus. So I would definitely let y'all know in the future whenever they send us an update. But it's looking good for us to be on campus in the 2020-2021 school year. So that was academics. Very happy with how it turned out. And I am a psych major, as I said before. I will make a video on that in the future when I actually declare and like have experience and like tell y'all why I'm in a psych major, what I want to do with it and stuff. So look, be on the lookout for that in the future. But now we can move on to social life. So okay, in terms of social life, it was not really what I expected college to be like. For one, it was definitely great being in a new place, meeting new people, having all new friends. Very excited about that. I just loved like making my friends. And so a lot of people ask me like, how did you make friends? How did you like meet these people? And we mostly met, most of my friends that I have like now that I talk to on a daily basis, we're all in a group chat. We met online through GroupMe, through Instagram, whatever, and then we all met up at admin weekend. We really clicked like that. Like, it was super easy for us to like transition from online to real life, and then we just became the best of friends when we got on campus. That's how I make friends. I don't really have a lot of friends, so that was one thing that I just loved. I was definitely worried about that before I like met all these people online, before I actually came to the school. In terms of like going out, there's always something to do. So I expected that. There's always something to do on campus. Everything is going on. You know, it's sunny outside, it's warm, it's California. Sometimes it's warm. There's just always something going on. There's always free food. That's one thing I did not expect at all. There's always free food. They give away hella stuff. The sports games are fun, for basketball at least. I only went to basketball, football, and volleyball. Football's not my sport. It was okay. It was fun sometimes. But basketball was always fun to me. The women's and men's teams were really good this year, and I can't wait to be back on campus and like go to different games and stuff. They give you hella free stuff. Food, shirts, bags, hats, literally everything. There's always like club events, like a kickback or like a dance something or a skating. It's just really fun stuff that's always going on, so you definitely have to pick and choose what you want to go to. And then of course there's parties. Everyone asks me about the party scene. I didn't go to many parties. I think I went to like 2. I'm not really a party person, and I probably won't go to many at all in the future, but my friends do party and they really enjoy themselves for the most part. So you can go and check out like one of our mukbangs or another one of my group videos. We talk about parties and stuff, but it was definitely like so much fun. Like, I really had a good time, and like I'm not really realizing it until I've been home not doing anything. Just being on campus is a really good feeling, knowing that you made it there, you worked hard to be here. You're surrounded by all these people who love to learn, are super down to earth, super cool, even though they're like the smartest people you know. Super good work ethic, very supportive, and it's just like being in that community of people and just finding people you vibe with, finding people who your friends are, and just like doing stuff with them, like just eating, just going to the library, just hanging out on the field. Like that's all really fun stuff, and I really miss it a lot. I can't wait to be back on campus. But for social life, 10 out of 10. I wasn't like pressured to go out and do stuff all the time. I didn't have super high expectations for parties or for anything. I just went in with a fresh mind, like this is whatever experience I have, I'm gonna make the most out of it. And it was just better than I even expected it to be. So academics 10 out of 10, social life 10 out of 10, and this is just my personal experience. I want to emphasize that. You might talk to somebody else who didn't have such a good experience, but I just learned to make the most out of whatever I'm going through and just make the most out of each experience that I have and just try to have as much fun as possible with whatever's going on. So, you know, I had a good time. I'm always do what I gotta do and get stuff done. All right, so now we can move on to personal, and this is probably where I've had like the most growth. I was just expecting to be, you know, more mature, more independent, grow as a person, be more open to having experiences. I definitely wanted to start making money for myself, focus more on me, my future. But I achieved a lot of my personal goals this year. I definitely think college in general will make somebody more independent, especially if you're far away from home. Just more in tune with yourself, like you know how you do certain things, you know what you like and you know what you dislike, and it's just kind of an exploratory phase. That's what college is, just finding out who you are, who you want to be in the future, and like meeting people along the way who can help you with those things and support you with those things. You're so far away from home, you're on your own, you're in your dorm room, you have to figure out when you eat, you have to figure out when you sleep, you have to figure out when you go to class, you have to figure out how you're going to get to class, all of that stuff. And it was just like, it's not structured for you anymore. You know, high school, middle school, elementary school, or like living at home with your parents was all very structured. You have school from this time to this time, you have after school stuff, you have lunch, you have dinner, you have sleep. It was just all very structured. But college is a lot more free. You decide what you want to do and when you want to do it, and I think that can really allow for you to have personal growth and see like what you're good at, what you're not good at. So I found out that I'm really like good at time management and getting things done when I really sit down and expect to do them. And I found out I'm really good at like setting goals, but like realistic goals that I know I can accomplish, and just working towards those goals so that I can accomplish them and I can feel like good. And I also know that I'm really hard on myself. Like I would see people around me and I would think, oh, NAZJAA, you're not doing enough. She's doing that and he's doing that and they're all doing this tomorrow and you're not even doing nothing. So it was definitely kind of like imposter syndrome or like duck syndrome in a way, where I felt like I wasn't doing enough and everyone around me was doing a lot. You know, you just gotta calm yourself down when you think those things. You have to know you're here for a reason. You're doing all of this stuff. Like you really are your toughest critic. And so that's me just being very hard on myself and saying like you can always be doing more. Like everyone can always be doing more, but where you are right now is where you've worked hard to be. And I feel like I just needed to get that through my head, and that like whatever I'm doing, like all this stuff that I've been doing, you know, YouTube, like sometimes I feel like, girl, this is not a real job. Like people have like real jobs and they're like doing all these things with like Google, with Microsoft, you know, these real companies that are making a change. And I'm like, I just have a little YouTube channel, but you know, like I'm actually helping people with this YouTube channel. I'm actually giving out college advice. I'm actually making money for myself. I'm actually doing giveaways for people. Like it's really just, you have to just look at the bigger picture and like really think about what you're actually doing at this moment in time, and just reflect on, like, not compare yourself to others. Well, you can compare yourself to others, but not in a negative way. Like you're like, maybe that person is inspiring you or motivating you to do better, and I think that's definitely a good thing. So I definitely find my inspiration in like other people and seeing people like achieve their goals and achieve their dreams. And so I definitely think that helped me grow as a person, because I always used to just compare myself and like feel really down about it. But just overall, college has just taught me that everyone's always going to be doing something different than you, and people are always going to, there's always going to be a little jealousy, there's always going to be a little hate, there's always going to be a little self-doubt, like you're not doing enough. So I definitely think I grew as a person, and personal experience 10 out of 10 again. So overall, my experience at Stanford has just been an amazing experience that I'm really grateful for. And I'm honestly so excited to get back to campus and just keep living my college experience, you know, keep making videos, keep going to class, keep learning different things, and figure out eventually what I want to do in the future. And just continue to like have fun with my friends, just be, you know, a young adult in college, just have some fun. And that's pretty much it. So it was definitely not what I expected, but it was way better than I had ever imagined it to be. This has always been my dream school and stuff, so you know, I was just really happy to be there, very grateful for my experience, and very grateful to be able to go and like not be in debt. It was just an amazing experience. And if you guys are attending Stanford, I'm so happy for you. Attending college anywhere, I'm so happy for you. It's definitely going to be a great experience if it is what you make it though. So I definitely encourage you to think the best out of a situation. Whatever you think is wrong, you never know, it could be like the best time of your life. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram if you have any questions, and I'll be back on Wednesday with another video.